Welkom alweer bij een nieuwe aflevering over de SightCity-beurs in Frankfurt. Vandaag gaan we het hebben over de multi-line leesregels. Een vrij nieuw concept, denk ik. Yusri, kun jij eens uitleggen wat dat concept juist is?
Wel, het multi-line, multi-regel, leesregels. Het stelt je in staat om verschillende dingen te doen. Hè? Het stelt je in staat om verschillende leeslijnen onder elkaar te hebben waarop je tekst kan verwerken. Maar we hebben ook gezien dat het iets anders kan doen. Het kan je ook een grafisch beeld geven. Hè, Daan?
Ja, ik ben als eerste langs geweest bij de mensen van Humanware en ik heb daar de Monarch onder andere mogen nemen. Dus ik zou zeggen, laten we eerst eens luisteren naar het interview en dan naar mijn bedenkingen.
You are Chris and you work for the company Humanware.
Correct.
And everyone knows Humanware from their braille displays, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we have a range of different braille displays.
Yeah.
We also have magnifiers,
Yeah.
text-to-speech, audio book players as well. So
Yeah.
a wide variety of
Yeah,
things.
and the braille displays, what types do you have?
So we've got our Brilliant range, which is the Brilliant BI40X and the Brilliant BI20X. We then also have the Mantis Q40 as well.
Ah, it's a famous one. It's a new one, the Mantis.
And then we've got the Monarch.
Yeah, the Monarch.
So
I mean, it's a multi-line.
Is multi-line.
Can I try it or?
You can. It is over.
Yeah.
Over the far side of the booth.
Yeah,
So
okay.
if you'd like to
Yeah.
head over this way, do you want to take my arm and I'll guide you?
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Okay, so we have the Monarch. just
That's the
there in front
Monarch.
of you.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so it runs key soft.
Yeah, the braille it's much softer than on the traditional braille display.
It's a different braille technology
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the piezoelectric ones that we have on our Brilliants.
Yeah,
It's also got a membrane over the top
yeah,
just to help keep
protected,
dirt and grime out.
Yeah. And do you have it also, or do you have plans to use this technique on your basic braille displays of 40 cells or not?
I don't know the answer to that. That's a question for Andrew
Because
Flatteris.
because this technique, as you said, it's more safe. The cells are more protected.
Yeah.
I guess it would be better for people. They don't have to change the cells much more time. So yeah, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cell rows, 9
Yeah,
rows.
So, but we can change that. So we can change anywhere between 6 and 10
Rows.
of braille.
Ah, okay.
And we do that with the plus and the minus buttons, which are down here. So that's the minus.
Yeah.
And then on the opposite side here
Is a plus.
is the plus. So we can increase and decrease the space.
Ah,
in
and it
between.
takes a little bit of time to change the
Yeah, so just
information.
a quick refresh.
Yeah, a quick refresh. It's not so long time to change the information, and it's nine.
So we're in the menu there, and what you'll notice in this top
Yeah,
corner here,
yeah.
it's like an 9 dot square.
Yeah. And what does it mean?
That's an indicator of that's the menu item that is highlighted at the moment.
Ah, yeah, okay, yeah.
So
And if
if
this
you would-
item is loaded, then we'll remove. It moves
Yep,
to
so
this.
you can either use the space bar down here to go through the menu, and it will move.
Yeah, to the second one. Ah, yeah, to the third one. Okay, it's nice. And can it also represent pictures or?
Yep. So you can have. We've got tactile view.
Yeah.
Here, and I've got here an image.
Ah, okay.
And you have to guess.
You have to guess which.
Ah, I know.
famous
It's I
landmark
know
it
what
is.
it is. It's Eiffel Tower. Eiffel
Yeah.
Tower. Yeah. It's
One
you have
point,
some.
one
Now,
point.
Yeah.
if we use that plus button,
Yeah. You
that
can
will-
change
That will then zoom in.
Ah,
So now
okay.
zoom into an area.
to an area of the.
Of it,
Oh,
and we've
the
then got
feet. This is a.
directional arrows here and also on this side.
Yeah.
So depending on which hand you want to use, and you can navigate around and feel the different elements of that. That
Okay.
image. And the other things to notice is if you feel across the bottom here, we have
Yeah.
a status bar
Yeah.
and a status bar on this side.
Yeah.
Just to give you context to where you are within the image.
Ah, yeah. Where you are in the image. Okay.
So if you
Zoom in,
out, or
yeah.
zoom out, then no, it's not.
And if you want to quickly navigate to different parts, we can use the braille keys at the bottom. So if you want to go to the center at the bottom, would be dots 3 and 6. If you want to
Okay,
go
3 and 6.
3 and 6 would be center at the bottom.
Okay.
Is it space as well? Bear with me, is it space as well? Let me try that for you.
Yeah.
There it is, with the space. And we
Okay.
go to the center bottom.
That's de... Ja, dat is echt de
think
voet
of
van
think
de...
of a braille
Yeah.
cell,
Yeah.
and each dot will give you an area of which you go to. So
Yeah.
one in space would take
And
the
how
top
do you
left.
connect it to the computer? Is it USB, Bluetooth, and can you connect it to a phone also? Or is it...
So at the moment, when it's we're connecting it, we are showing at the moment, although we've had a little bit of a technical hiccup.
Yeah.
We are showing it with JAWS.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a very early alpha concept of it, which is going to, I'd imagine, develop at pace.
And it's not available on the market now. The product, the Monarch.
The Monarch is available.
Okay.
The Monarch is available on the market.
Yeah. And what's the price?
It is Euro price of around 18,000.
18,000. Okay. Okay, sounds
We're
nice.
starting to see a number of purchases within the UK, within education, and also within other funded markets as well.
I see. More an education product. Okay, nice.
De Monarch van Humanware, dus het lijkt me wel een innovatief, krachtig ding. Daan, heb je daar
En
nog-
een prijzig ding. Een prijzig ding. Niet volledig onbelangrijk. Het kostte €18.000. En het had 9 lijnen. En zoals ook gezegd, niet enkel braille kan erop worden weergegeven, maar de beste man liet mij daar bijvoorbeeld een tekening voelen van de Eiffeltoren. Het is een heel mooi concept, maar wat ik wel speciaal vind aan hun multi-line braille leesregels, het is een hele boterham, de puntjes zijn veel zachter. De textuur is zachter. En wat ze ook hebben gedaan, en dat heb ik ook bij andere multi-line leesregels gezien, waar we het straks nog over gaan hebben, ze leggen over de braillepuntjes een soort van folie, een soort van plastic, dat eigenlijk ook de puntjes nog eens extra beschermt. Die functionaliteit mag van mij naar alle braille-leesregels komen. Veel minder snel puntjes kapot, lijkt me. Maar los van de prijs leek het mij niet zozeer iets voor in privé-omgevingen te gebruiken. Ik stel mij ook vaak de vraag bij die multi-line leesregels, waar ga je hem zetten? Voor je laptop kan je hem moeilijk zetten, want dan moet je armen al heel ver reiken. Naast je laptop zou een optie zijn. Of je zou het echt als los device moeten gebruiken zonder laptop. Want jullie zijn ook bij een andere leverancier langs geweest die niet in België verkoopt, Orbit. Die hebben heel veel toestellen, maar die hebben ook een multiline. Dus dan zullen we misschien eerst eens naar het interview luisteren en dan jullie bedenkingen.
The Graphiti and the Graphiti Plus are our family of tactile graphic displays. So these are interactive displays, and they have an array of pins that move up and down. And one of the unique things about our technology is that each pin can be set to different levels. So you can actually see colors and shades and topographical features. So it's not just a flat 2D drawing, it's actually almost like a 3D picture that you can see. And there are 2,400 pins. And so you can see, a pretty detailed picture. But of course, it's not the same kind of resolution that you would see on a visual monitor.
Yes.
But there are zooming and panning functions built into the devices. So there are many ways of using these devices. You can store pictures in any of the common formats like JPEG or bitmap or PNG. Vector graphics, and you can store those pictures on a memory card or a USB pen drive. Just plug it in and you can watch and view those pictures. But the most useful way of interacting with it is by connecting it to a phone or a computer and with an HDMI cable. So whatever appears on your phone or computer display is then mirrored on your Graphiti
Wow.
device. Yeah.
Wow, that's really crazy. So also if I, for example, that's a really crazy thought, but if I would link it to my PlayStation 5, would that work as well?
Absolutely. Any device that has an HDMI output can work. So it could be a set-top box, it could be a DVD player, it could
Also
be
to a TV.
Yeah. So well, TV has an input port.
Yes.
Right. So it's not generating content.
Yes.
Right?
It has to have an output.
An output, right? So a set-top box would be the right thing. Now, if some smart TVs may have an HDMI output, so you could use that. But if you have a smart board, for instance, in a classroom.
Yeah.
So you could connect the computer that feeds the smartboard. You can connect it to this, and you can even get a wireless HDMI adapter. So wirelessly you can transmit to this and get an exact picture of whatever the teacher is showing in the
So
class.
a teacher could show a map on a smart board, and
Exactly.
a blind kid could
See it
feel
in real time. Yeah.
And in the other way around, for example, you could use it also when the family is watching pictures of you and themselves.
That's right.
You can just touch the picture.
That's right. Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
And what makes it different is because it has different heights.
It has
That
different
makes-
heights.
Yeah.
Yes. So actually, we have had many occasions where we'll be doing a demo, and there'll be 10 people in the conference room, and some people will have never seen the other person, right? So we will take a picture of them with a phone, show it on this, and then they can actually see their face and
My
feel
God.
their face. Yeah.
So they would see that you and I, we don't have a lot of
hair,
hair, for
right,
instance,
right, exactly.
And Yusri has a lot of
A lot
curly
of
hair,
right,
and
right.
then okay.
It's making up for both of us, you know.
So what's this?
Okay.
This is a map of Africa.
Oh yeah, Africa.
Yes.
You want to ask
I have
something?
a question, yeah.
Sure.
You say you can connect it to TVs and things like this, which are moving images.
Yes.
How I can imagine that it
goes
like
too
for example,
fast?
advertisements has very fast
Yes. So
moving images.
That's very true. So obviously, there are two challenges, right? One, obviously the display takes some time to refresh, but it's pretty fast. If you are changing every single dot on the display, it takes about 3 seconds. But if only certain dots are changing, then it'll be much faster than that.
wow.
So that's one thing. But the other thing is that for a tactile reading, you need some time, right? You can see,
Yes.
you kind of have to, if there are small details in the picture that are changing, you have to identify where it is. So one of the great things about our technology is that you can keep both your hands on the display and
Yes.
it will still refresh because the pins have enough power, enough strength
and
to
how-
push your hands.
Wow. And how fast does it refresh? Like, what is like, because would you say it is more suitable for pictures, or could you actually also really watch parts of a TV show with this, or is this too fast?
It depends on the kind of action. I mean, if you have like a fighting scene with a lot of action, then it'll be a little bit too fast. But if you have scenes that are changing infrequently, right?
Yes.
Maybe there is a living room scene, maybe there is an outdoor scene that
Yeah.
changes, then you can easily keep up with it. But the nice thing is that you can freeze the picture at any time. Just by pressing
Yes.
the space button, you can freeze it, you
Wow.
can read it, and then you can release it, it'll continue, and
And-
it'll update.
Okay.
And it does everything. It will, on one side, show you what's written in. Like, will it translate it automatically in Braille, or will you then just feel letters in relief?
So yeah, if it has, so this acts as a monitor, right?
Yes.
So a monitor will show exactly things as is. So it will, if there is text on the screen, it will not translate it to Braille.
Yes.
However, if you're watching it, for instance, on a computer and you have a screen reader, and there are closed captions available, and if the screen reader is reading those closed captions, then you can display the closed captions on the Braille display.
When you have the Graffiti
When you have the
Plus,
Graffiti Plus.
then you have the best of both worlds.
So that's the difference between the Graffiti and the Graffiti Plus. The Graffiti
That's
Plus is Braille from the screen reader and the graphic tactile stuff, and the Graffiti is just the
graphics only.
graphics. My God.
Exactly. And then you can do other things like both of them actually have touch capability. So the entire surface is a touch screen, so to speak. Right? So you can, wherever you touch it, we can detect that, and you can draw on the screen. So with your finger,
You can draw
actually
yourself?
draw. Yeah, you can draw yourself.
Wow.
And you can save that picture. So let's say somebody sent you a graph and you want to mark it up. You can draw an arrow and put a question mark there. And what is this? Right? And you can send it back to them. So you can do things like that. You can save files. We also have a program that this comes with. It's called the Orbit Sketch. And it is a PC Windows program. And with that, you can create graphics. It's fully accessible, so you can use it as a screen reader. You can create graphics on it, and if you have a Graffiti connected at that time, it will show it in real time what you're drawing. But it's like Microsoft Paint for tactile graphics. So you can draw shapes and stuff. You can put labels in Braille or in visual fonts. You can save the file. You can open files and edit them there. You can do the same things with the Graffiti also, but this gives you sort of the ability to easily create standard shapes.
Yeah, because you can create it on the laptop and then.
Right.
Yeah.
So like a teacher can create it offline,
Yes.
not having access in real time to a Graffiti, but then can be viewed on a Graffiti.
The teacher can make pictures at home or whatever,
Right.
and then
Put Braille labels on
yes,
it
yes.
and everything.
Prepare everything before the lesson. Okay.
Right.
I have a. Sorry that I asked so much questions.
No,
but,
please go ahead.
what I really was wondering about too is like this is like a sort of screen for the blind, but I can imagine that some TVs really have a big screen. Is it possible to really zoom in and out on specific
Yes.
parts of the?
Absolutely. So
Okay.
the zoom functionality is built into the device. So just by pressing like the .5 key on the,
Yes.
so it's got a Braille keypad, a Perkins style Braille keypad. So just by pressing the .5, I'm going to press it right now, and and it will zoom in. So now you can see it's kind of zoomed in. It's kind of blown up quite a bit, and it's part of outside the screen.
It's
and then
bigger now.
It's bigger, and if you use the cursor pad, you can pan across. So you can zoom in and see even at 1 pixel resolution.
So if you press
If I may take your finger for a second here, and right there,
And then that's a map of Africa.
It's a
I
map
think,
of Africa.
And then you can
Oh,
zoom in
it
and out.
changes.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
And then we have a USB host port that
Het
this is
gevoeld?
connected to, and there is also a
Kijk!
USB.
Er zitten precies zo beestjes onder die dat zo.
Ja, wacht, ik kan
die
het
puntjes.
Connected to this.
Ja, wow.
Can you describe the entire shape of the thing?
The Graffiti?
So that
so-
people understand a bit.
Sure. So it's roughly the size of a laptop, a little bit bigger and a little bit thicker.
Yes.
And so it's about 11 inches wide by about 10 inches from front to back. That's the Graffiti, and it's about 1.5 inches in height. The Graffiti Plus is the same width, about 11 inches wide, and from front to back it's about 12.5 inches. So it's a little bit bigger because that has the line of Braille.
Okay.
And then it has both of them have a Braille keypad, so you get the Perkins style Braille keys. It's got a cursor pad to allow panning and selection of items in the menu. And then we have ports on the sides. So there's an SD card slot for a full-size SD card. There is a USB host port for connecting a pen drive. There is a
What's this?
this is a cross section of a earthworm, and I'm going to zoom out fully. Yeah, so it's a cross section of an earthworm. So this was taken by a microscope that had an HDMI.
Look at this.
So
Earthworm.
today's lesson, we're
about,
going to about
Wat? Wat staat hierop?
Ja, hier aan onder de
microscopic
leesregels.
particle.
Ah, wacht.
Face
And
is mijn face.
makes a
Facebook.
sound,
Punt
so you
NP.
actually
Het logo van Facebook. Is dit de logo of
This is the
Facebook?
logo of Facebook.
Wow!
Let me zoom out so you can see the full logo.
Oh.
So it's
Wow!
it's an inverted F.
I'm impressed, Charlotte.
Ja.
Yeah, for us.
You felt it very fast.
Yeah, it was written there underneath the...
Okay.
No, no,
I was cheating. I
She
was
was cheating. She was cheating. Oh my god. This
So
this
this is the...
That's
Ah.
how the Facebook logo
This is
is.
Cool.
the letter F,
Ja, de letter F in ja,
tactile.
ja,
Maar
in relief.
the dots are very clear.
Yeah.
It's very good to feel.
Yes, they're very crisp.
Yes.
And the maximum height is 2 millimeters.
Yeah.
So when we do the multi-level, it goes from 0, half millimeter, 1 millimeter, 1.5, and to 5 levels. So you can show 5 different shades or 5 different unique colors at any point in time. But
so
any color
cool.
you give it, it'll map it to one of those levels.
Okay.
But the most powerful use is to actually use it with an HDMI to a PC or a phone.
Yes, because it's You get the output from the screen.
Exactly, and the content is already there. And the best part is there's no app or software or special.
You can just look up a picture on the internet.
Exactly.
Let's say I want to see.
And I can show you now. So this is on my phone.
So it's linked now to your phone?
Yeah,
with-
just
Yes.
over
With HDMI.
with HDMI?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get the SightCity logo now, and now it's showing my phone screen, but it is letterbox. So it's a thin, long phone screen in the middle. And I'm gonna zoom in so you can see SightCity. Sorry, I'm just gonna zoom in. So that
Now
you can
it's
see.
it's coming.
Allee.
And let me move it down so you will see the SightCity logo in a second here.
One moment. Yeah. Now we have the SightCity logo.
And now
It's
you can see
coming
it in
up.
different heights, right? So the site, the letters
yeah.
are lower, and city
It
is
looks like it's
higher
broken.
because the colors are different. So site is in gray and city is in bright red.
A few companies from Germany.
Het is wel echt gaaf.
But there's like a border around the letters as well.
But I
Yes.
cannot read the letters.
So you can actually we can enhance it in different ways to make it more crisp. So try it now. Now you can see it actually more,
yeah.
more
Yeah,
crisp.
now it's more clear. Wow.
It's a S in normal letters.
It's normal letters. Yeah.
S,
Yeah.
I,
Try to apply for
It's a lowercase g and
T.
h.
Yeah. Okay.
And does it translate into Braille?
No.
Logo, and you can make it more bright.
Maar ik kan gewoon letters zien.
Yes. And if I zoom in more, it'll be even
C,
more
dat is een
clear.
C. De I met de E. Ik ben niet klaar.
So I'm gonna zoom in on the city.
Het is wel heel impressionant, hè?
Dit is wel echt zoom level 5.
Ja, maar
Now I cannot read it anymore.
I think it's even great if you, for example, have somebody who is sighted, who is painting something on the
Yeah.
iPad, and he wants to make you understand what something looks like.
Right.
It's really great.
Also for
With his iPad or
children.
something, or for
Absolutely. Yeah, you
children.
can see
yeah.
comic cartoons and
Or maybe to make
Strips.
artwork tactile without, because art you can't touch art, of course, in a museum.
So and there are applications actually where museums take this and they make all of their artifacts accessible, right? Whether it is art or a statue. And it's better actually because they don't allow anybody to touch anything. But here you can actually touch it. So it's the possibilities are endless. We have users who are architects and they're looking at floor plans. Real estate agents looking at floor plans. We have scientists who are using it for research. We have a student who was using it for studying chemistry. So you have these protein molecules, and for a sighted person, you can use a web browser to see and rotate these molecules in 3D. So for a visually impaired student, the only way she was actually doing it previously was by 3D printing the whole molecule and then using that. That's a very slow process, right?
Yeah.
It's not, it's not in real time. After a day, you get one molecule. Right? With this, you can see as many molecules you want in real time, and you can rotate them too. Right? You can see them from different angles, so you can understand the molecular structure in a truly interactive manner.
I have to say it's very impressive.
Yeah, I'm also really. How much does it cost?
Yeah.
The $1 million question.
$1 million question.
$1
So
million.
the standard model of Graphiti is $15,000 US,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
the Graphiti Plus is $18,000.
Okay.
Tijdens die hebben we al in België kunnen kopen.
Are
It's a little car.
there people from Belgium buying it so far, or is it something that mainly happens?
In the US?
In the US.
We have users all over the world, and it's mainly educational institutions.
Yeah.
Big schools for visual
Universities,
impaired.
most universities have the ability to obtain assistive technology for students who need it. So a lot of our, in fact, I would probably say 80% are purchased by universities. And then there are also, like in the US, there are state agencies which will buy them for users who need it professionally. Employers, right? So, and then yes, companies buy it for their employees.
Yeah,
So
okay.
we have, it's used by software developers. So let's say you're a programmer and you're developing a UI. and now you are popping up a menu. Now, where is that menu appearing? Is it in the center of the screen? Is it on the right corner where you want it to be? So you don't have to guess anymore, right? The screen is right there, visible to you. You can adjust it. You can even look at different colors and so on. So it makes a pretty big difference. We have an artist who's blind, who's using it actually to create drawings on the graffiti, and then saving them and sharing them.
It's amazing.
Amazing. And I know this for me, it's already very futuristic, but still, do you have plans with it in the future?
I'm sorry, do we have plans?
Plans for further development?
Yes, it is. We are constantly developing it, so we keep adding more software applications to it, more sort of image enhancement features. Yeah. We also are working on newer generations of the technology, the hardware technology. So yeah, the work is continuous. We're also sort of adding more interfaces to it. So for instance, we actually have some demo software that allows you to connect two of these together. And so you can be drawing on one, and another user could see what you're drawing, right? And then you can interact in real time. You can, the other person will make a change to the drawing, and you will see it in real time, right? So you're having a tactile, real-time interaction. You could be anywhere in the world, right? Connected through the internet. So there are all kinds of things that are possible.
Yeah, thank you. Really.
Thank you so very much for this interview. I think a lot of people are going to be inspired by this, because I think in still quite some countries in Europe, I don't think a lot of people know about this great technology.
That's very, very possible, yes.
So, thank you very much.
Voilà, dat was een uitgebreide babbel over de Graphiti en de Graphiti Plus. Yusri, vertel eerst eens, wat hebben jullie gezien? Hoe voelden het? Hoe werkte het?
Het viel mij op dat de Graphiti en de Graphiti Plus, misschien daar eerst iets over vertellen. Dus de Graphiti is vooral de leeslijn die je grafisch laat voelen wat je ziet op het scherm. Dat kan bijvoorbeeld een wereldkaart zijn of een grafiek. Of dat kan ook iets met wetenschap zijn. Men gebruikt het ook heel veel bij universiteiten, heb ik begrepen. En dat was hoofdzakelijk ook dat je hem eigenlijk aansloot via HDMI en dat die ook wel vrij snel meevolgde met wat er op het scherm te zien was. Hè. Dus als je bijvoorbeeld een tv-programma aan het kijken was en je zou hem op pauze zetten, dan kan je wel echt, als het een simpele scène is, best nog wel veel voelen op de leeslijn. Dat dus. En de Graphiti Plus was eigenlijk een beetje hetzelfde model, met het verschil dat er ook nog meer lijnen waren. Dietmar, kan je misschien even vertellen wat het verschil was qua lijnen en cellen en dat soort zaken?
De Graphiti Plus had in principe dezelfde multiline cellen. Dus het multiline oppervlak was even groot. Alleen was er onder nog een single line leesregel voor extra bijschriften in braille. En een braille toetsenbord om ook nog dingen te typen, mocht dat nodig zijn.
En was de verversingssnelheid lag dus wel vrij hoog.
Ja.
Als er iets verandert. Want dan had ik bij de Monarch, en bij het volgende toestel dat we gaan bespreken was dat minder. Het duurde altijd wel eventjes voor de nieuwe tekst erop kwam.
Nee, hier niet. Hier hebben we echt wel gehad dat hij had het op zijn gsm aangesloten. Hij heeft ons het Facebook-logo laten voelen, een wereldkaart van Afrika. Je kon ook in- en uitzoomen, dat kon hij ook heel snel doen. Ja. Dus ik denk dat het voor mensen die ook wel ooit gezien hebben en die zo terug...
En duur? Was het duur?
Heel duur, hè? Ja, ook weer zo'n 18.000 euro.
De Graphiti was 15.000 en de Graphiti Plus inderdaad ook weer 18.000.
Ja, de bedragen.
Ik wou nog een belangrijk verschil ook duiden tussen de Monarch en de Graphiti en Graphiti Plus. Dat de Monarch werkt op basis van magnetische soort van cellen. Ik weet niet hoe je dat juist noemt.
Ja, dat klopt. Ja.
En die andere twee die we net hebben besproken, de Graphiti en Graphiti Plus, die werken echt op basis van meer braillecellen. Dus die puntjes vond ik persoonlijk, ik weet niet hoe dat jullie het vonden, maar ik vond die wel veel duidelijker te voelen. Die waren harder wel, Maar ik vond het wel veel overzichtelijker dan met die zachtere magneetjes.
Ja, het was ook een zeer bijzonder geluid, zoals je kon horen in de interview.
Ja.
Alsof dat er een hoop insectjes, dus er zitten heel veel motoren in en heel veel cellen. En daarom dat ook zo duur is. Hè?
Ja. Maar ik vond deze dus wel duidelijker.
Ja.
En dan was er nog een multiline, ik denk de laatste van vandaag, van Inventivio. Spreek je dat goed uit aan? Daar ben je nog
Inventivio met de Tactonoom Pro heet het toestel. De Tactonoom Flex gaan we in een andere aflevering behandelen, maar dit was de Tactonoom Pro. Ik stel voor dat we eerst naar het interview gaan luisteren.
What's the name of this product?
This is the Tactonoom Pro.
Yeah, and
it's a refreshable braille display
yeah.
that has 10,400 pixels. So it's a graphic display that can show both text and graphics in many different languages.
Yeah.
And
does it recognize colors? Like, is there just one position for the pins, or can they be hard or soft, or just one position, up or down?
It would be ideal, if it would have many different levels.
Yeah.
It's for next year.
For next week,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. No, it's just one
it's
position.
It's just one position.
Okay.
So it's black and white, and yes, we can take an SVG graphic and convert it into black and white.
Yeah.
But depending on the graphic, that works better or not that good. So
and how do you connect the device?
This is a monitor. Actually, it's intended as a monitor.
Yeah.
Like a desktop monitor. So you connect it
HDMI.
to a desktop that has a driver running.
Yeah.
Actually, a driver software running.
Yeah.
It's connected via USB.
USB, okay.
And on the desktop, our Tactile software is running, and the Tactile software has the purpose and the goal of translating all the different type of media types that you're working with, whether it's Excel or photos or scalar vector graphics or text or PDF or whatever you have, in translating that, or charts, in translating that into a meaningful tactile rendering, which is really a hard task.
Yeah. Yeah, and what's the price of the product? Is it already available, or is it?
This is a
prototype.
This is a prototype version. We hope to release it by the end of the year. The price is not yet
fixed. Okay.
But it's not much more than an 80-line braille line.
Okay. So that's okay. Yeah. And how many lines of braille can you produce on it?
We can produce 17 lines of braille with 40 characters of text.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
And
okay, I'm curious to try it.
So we have support for various formats.
Yeah.
One of the interesting ones, of course, Excel.
Yeah.
So you can
Excel sheets.
open an Excel
sheet
workbook, a file from your
and you can see a lot of
system.
lines and columns in one
and
view.
you can see those in one view.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
And
I'm curious to try.
You can show scalar vector graphics, etc.
Yeah.
Okay. He is just now switching.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Julian.
I'm down, and I'm gonna try the product.
So just give him a second, because he
I
still
will.
needs to go through the process, which is a bit of a process of changing the language.
No problem.
Taktos-Einstellung. Open in Taktos-Einstellungen.
Ja.
Microsoft-Stand Deutschland.
Go.
Bitte starten Sie das Gerät neu.
Okay.
Die neue Einstellung.
You
know braille?
machine. Yeah, I know.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so now our desktop is open.
Okay.
And you can touch it. You have our different apps in
Icon, viewer, tactile, visi, screenshot.
These are all shortcuts.
They are the chess.
So this is like your desktop
chess
window.
And can you? Is it the touch screen also? No.
No, it's not a touch screen, but you can, for example, the chess app is one of the games.
Yeah, chess.
For example, if you touch on the left of the screen,
but
keypad. Sorry.
Yeah. So it actually is a touch screen, but not in the way that you think.
Yeah.
So it has a camera on top. If you feel towards the end of the device, go to the end.
Yeah.
You feel
you have a camera
on top.
Yeah. And it can recognize your finger.
Camera detects your finger, but only your index finger. So you have to do a wrist and put your index finger out. You can put it in a relaxed way. You can put it on there.
This way.
And then it will actually detect where your finger is.
Yes.
And I'm now putting on the Explore mode, which is You can put it down,
Yeah.
and now you can move with the finger. You can relax it down, move around, and it will tell you what's under your hand.
Yeah.
If you are not that good in braille
Yeah, you
reading,
can find
it's
it that
actually
way.
a big help.
And how
you
do
can
I
go all the way up,
confirm?
and you have on the top left.
Yeah.
Take your other hand and go on the top left. Yes. Go a bit down. There are some keys.
Here.
Yeah, go there. But let's not go into chess. Is chess active?
Chess, let's for example better go into...
Into the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
It's further up.
Sudoku, Tacto's Vision, Icon Viewer, Text Editor, RSS Feeds, Recognize, Calendar, Email, File, Sales,
File, that was the
Explorer,
file.
File,
And then I push that button.
Yeah.
The big button.
Yeah.
Yes.
Empty at A1.
So now you can take it away. Now it creates the next page. Now you have opened you open a shortcut.
It takes a time to create the new
You've
page.
opened a shortcut to the file sales.xlsx.
Now we open an Excel sheet, which you now have open. Now you have on top
the column names A, B, C, D, E, and then you have all information till it's
And then you can read
2001, 2022, 2022,
Yes.
Q1, Q3, Q4.
You have the values.
It's nice.
Yes.
It's nice.
You have the values in two-dimensional.
Yeah.
For example, what sighted people are doing often, they
Yeah.
love drawing charts.
Yeah,
So,
indeed.
For example, select a value if you want.
Yeah.
Let me do the selection. Just let me do the selection.
Okay.
If you want to do a chart here,
35
I'll do the
at
selection
C2.
here.
Now I can. Okay.
C2 to C10.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can.
Yes.
You have more an overview with this tool.
Yes.
Yeah, it's cool. But it takes a bit of time to create a new one.
Yes, it takes some seconds to refresh the display.
Yeah.
But after it has refreshed. Which
But
is
it's
now,
not so
you can view
important because you have a lot of text in one. Yeah, it's not so.
Yes.
Ja, het is niet zo lang eigenlijk dat je even moet wachten, weet je. You have a lot of information on one screen.
Yes.
Cool.
And if you want to adjust something, you still have to go to do it on your computer, or
Yes. It's
Yeah.
connected with the laptop.
It's connected with.
Select a cell.
Yeah.
And you just write into the cell.
Yeah.
Yes.
But of course,
Ah,
you
this
write
is a
as
more
you are doing
picture.
with your computer,
Yes. Now
Yeah.
we have a diagram of
Yeah.
the selected cell.
Of the cell that I selected. Yeah.
Yeah.
Serial 1, viewing chart.
Yes.
Serial 1.
Chart.
Serial
It's now
1.
just
chart.
just demonstration data, but you could also use this for, let's say, stocks prices.
Yeah.
Or
And make it
political
visible.
parties and make it just
Yeah.
physical. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's not very portable.
No.
No,
Portable.
It's meant for a desk use.
Yeah, for sure. It's wel interessant.
Dus if you more contexts, if you can feel the graph.
Ja. Makes sense. Ook
Yes.
weer voor in onderwijsinstellingen. Hè? For in schools, it could be very useful. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks.
Yes.
Thanks for the demonstration.
You're welcome.
There's more.
much
There's more.
Yes, yes.
All right.
We already have the Tactonoom Pro device that can load
Yeah.
these graphics that you can explore.
Yeah.
What we wanted to do is find a way of creating these graphics kind of on demand when you wanted to, so you could snap a picture of wherever you were
Yeah.
or something you were.
And convert it immediately to the Tactonoom Pro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's not immediate, but So at the moment, we already loaded a picture. It's ways behind you. We took a picture of the stuff that is sitting right behind us, which is a table, some chairs, print with a person in the image, and TV. If you
What's this? Okay, yeah.
The only issue is that I don't have a speaker, so you can barely hear it.
Yeah.
If you touch this, you will be able to hear the screen.
Ja.
Keine benachbarten Staaten.
Okay. Okay.
So if you navigate through, you'll start to get the different objects that are around the image.
Yeah, that are in the image. Okay.
Ja, dan nog verschillen die wij zouden moeten weten. Iets dat een soort van uitzondering maakt bij de andere modellen.
Het bijzondere aan dit toestel was, dit was echt wel de grootste multiline leesregel die ik heb gezien. Ik denk dat er 18 lijnen op één overzicht konden. Ze hebben me daar afbeeldingen laten zien. Je kon zelfs een foto nemen. Ze lieten daar een foto zien van een koppel op strand met een hond. Ik vond het dan heel moeilijk om dan daar op basis van de afbeelding te voelen wat het moest voorstellen. Waar het wel mooi in was bijvoorbeeld Excel-sheets. Je kan dan echt 5 of 6 of 7 kolommen en 10 rijen naast elkaar voelen. Dus je hebt echt terug het overzicht. En ze werken ook... Het is niet echt een touchscreen, de Tactonoom Pro, maar ze werken met dezelfde cameratechniek die je ook hebt bij de Tactonoom Flex. Dat is een ander toestel, dat zal ook nog aan bod komen. En dat toestel die camera kan detecteren naar waar je wijst op de Tactonoom Pro. En op basis daarvan weet hij wat je eigenlijk wil aanduiden. Maar dat principe zal ook nog in het interview over de Tactonoom Flex zeker nog aan bod komen. Het was dus een heel groot toestel, ook weer een heel duur toestel. Maar ik zeg het vooral voor grafieken en voor Excel-sheets lijkt me het zeker een meerwaarde. Maar niet iets dat je gewoon op schoot pakt, want het is echt niet zoals mensen zouden denken, het is gelijk een e-reader. Nee, het is echt een bak die op tafel moet staan. Maar Inventivio, zeker een bedrijf om in het oog te houden.
Oké, dankjewel Daan. Ik zou zeggen, bedankt aan iedereen om jullie info en jullie kennis die jullie hebben opgedaan weer te delen over de multiliners hier in deze podcast. En we gaan naar de volgende.